Hi, my name is Tated, and I have a cleft lip, a cleft ear, a cleft palate, a cleft uvula in the back, prosthetic tooth because of all of that. 19 screws, 4 plates in my face. I had this spacer in the roof of my mouth, which created a hole. So I've had the bone grafting done, this side, and then reopened again. I'll get to that, and then this side as well. The one side for the putting a bone in the top of my palate for my palate, and that's what that one's from. Then I've also had my jaw broken, which is why they took the other side. So, because I had an underbite before. And so they took the other side to put bone behind both of the sides, I believe, here and here. I have the tubes behind the ears, or in the ears, because the sinuses of the cleft are connected with the eyes, and also go to the ears. That's a lot of stuff. I feel like I'm missing something. Let me see my face. Yeah, that's all I can remember. Oh, I had the lip impression dent right here. So they recut this one here, so they could so they recut that to take fat off that spot to put it in my lip so it wouldn't be impressioned as much. I think I've had like 11 surgeries. First one when I was born. Oh, I also had a tooth, I think, in the roof of my mouth. Had braces for 8 years. I also didn't meet a cleft lip person until I was like 12. Never really ever met another person with a cleft. Live in Boise, and I forget what the statistics are for having a cleft, but at the population at the time where I lived, it was only like 36 or 56,000. Now it's a lot more, but it's still very rare, and I still don't have any cleft lip friends. So growing up, I was always the needle in the haystack, I felt like, because I didn't know anyone else that had a cleft or never seen it on the internet before either, other than seeing it in photographs at the doctor's office for going in for the checkups. Oh. So there's a little bit of all of that. I'm now 27. People you don't know that have cleft lips or cleft things. Adam Sandler, I saw when I was 7. I think he was on a cereal box. I can't remember what it was, or a DVD cover from back then. But I saw that Adam Sandler has a cleft ear. I'm not sure how many people actually know that, but I recognized it when I saw it. I always focus at the teeth and the mouth and the lips when I first meet a person as well, because of always looking at that part of myself when I was a kid. And that's where it kind of goes to the self-conscious part of the first thing that we see of other people. Like, if you think you have weird hands, you always look at people's hands first, or weird boobs or weird balding spot. Where are you gonna always look? So I've always looked at people's mouths and other parts and stuff like that from being a kid. I'm a little bit fidgety. Tom Brady, quarterback, I think that's his name, has a double cleft lip, but other folks, when they have the double, the scar actually, as a kid, get kind of put right there in the center, because it goes like that. So it kind of looks like the normal spot, or the normal, I forget what that's called right there. I can now grow facial hair, which is a plus as a man, though not everyone has had or grows facial hair that has cleft lips, like Tom Brady, for instance. Used to wear makeup or foundation to cover up the color of the scar, because I've always been tanner, and then the scar tissue as well has been always hard, but also to cover up the scar. Do that, but now I can grow facial hair, and smiling has always helped cover up the indentation of the lips, which I always smile. King Tut had a cleft palate, I believe, as well. Egyptian King Tut. Abraham Lincoln's son, forget what his name is, but he had a cleft lip. Cheech from Cheech and Chong, that's probably one of the more famous, and I think his name is Percy or Phoenix. I think it's something like that. I don't think that's his birth name. I think he changed his name. Kind of like David Jones turned his name to David Bowie. His name used to be David Jones. A lot of people used to be David Jones. They always seem to switch their names. What else? I have met a man, and actually he is one of my only friends that I do have. I believe I'm going to probably make more, though, now, because I never have had a cleft palate support group or anything like that, but was always looking for one when I was younger, and that's when I was 12 or 14, started looking to see if there was cleft lip and palate conventions to go meet other kids like myself, because I might have been 10. Oh crap, where was I at? I forgot. I wish I could pause this to re-go. Oh, okay, so the man, he married a normal, non-cleft woman, and he actually, a very, very rare case, genetically, he has a cleft passage to not one of his kids, but both of his kids, and to where neither of my parents or no one that I know of my blood and history line have had a cleft lip and palate. Though the reasons why you get cleft lip and palate, and no, we're not satanic demons or need to be thrown in the pit by Spartans. I believe, from my understanding, I can't remember what it was, I know that my mom has a different blood type, and then my sister, older sister, my mom, when she was making her as a baby, created a different kind of blood for her other than her own, a different type, you know, AB to O negative, and then for me, I have different blood from both of them, and I can't remember how that went. That might be all BS, but I do believe something like that from reading a long time ago when looking up why I had cleft lip and palate. Though this video is getting a little long, I'll try to wrap it up. It takes a long time. I didn't stop having surgeries until I was 22. That's when I had my final, for me, I believe, is the fat taken off my hip spot to put inside the impression indent of my lips. Oh, I also spent 8 years in braces. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, I spent 8 years in braces from beginning to end, and that was a long time to wear braces. So, this is my welcoming of, or introducing myself to the group and to everyone online. And so I will be commenting and now on other people's questions and comments and pictures and stuff like that of my own personal experience and information. And if anyone has any questions or anything like that, just ask me, and I'd actually still like to find a cleft lip convention if that's a thing. If not, we should start it for the kids, because I always wanted that as a kid, and I think that if not, we should start one. That way the kids have somewhere to go meet other kids that have this, so they don't feel all alone and stuff, because you're one needle in a haystack. You're got picked out to be very lucky to have the cleft lip and palate to join that club. It's a club. But yeah, anyways,